This is Michael Gowin from Illinois Home Photography, ilhomephotos.com. I'm a real estate photographer in central Illinois, and this is the second part of a video addressing the question, what do I do that's different? In part one of this little video series, I mentioned that I was asked a question by an agent, what do I do that's different? How am I able to make some pictures that are different versus him or a homeowner with their own camera? So in the first part of this, I mentioned that we want to see in good real estate photography images with straight verticals, images that are well composed, and images that are light and bright. And it's that third aspect that I want to address in this second part of the series. How do we make a scene, how do we make a room appear light and bright? This is what we might expect to see out of a cell phone or an amateur using a camera. The camera is exposing for the windows, and so they're very bright, but the rest of the room is kind of dingy and dark, and the image is not well exposed. So what I did, I started with my camera, I put it on a tripod, composed it so that my verticals would be straight. I wanted to include as much of the room as possible, include this window, so that we'd have a view of this entrance. Again, well composed image. Now let's hit the light and bright part. So I started with this exposure. I have one light over here bouncing up into the ceiling in this wall. I think I have another one over here. I've got one back in this bathroom, and then this wall, on the other side of this wall, is a family room, and I set a light back in here so you can see that light is streaming out from there. In the next frame, I made some adjustments. I felt like this needed to be lighter over here. Here's that previous frame. And I lightened it up on this side as well. So I felt like I've got a good exposure here in this room. Normally what we want to see in an interior photograph is we want to be brighter towards the back. That will help draw your eye to the back of the image. So if we come back and look at, this was our first frame here, this is very dark back in here. Okay, that's not what we want to see. So our eye will be drawn back here to where the light is. One problem that we have with this still is that this stairwell is not very well lit. It looks unintentional. So I placed a light in there, set the exposure, and it was a little hot. So we dialed that down a touch, make some final adjustments for white balance and for verticals, and here was the final image that I delivered to my client. So well lit. Again, I've got light here, there's one in the stairway, there's one back in this bathroom, and then one on the other side of this wall. Here was our starting frame for comparison, and here is our final frame. This is the kind of thing, again, that I think you want to see when you have your home photographed, whether you are a seller or an agent. This is the kind of image that you want to have represent your listings. So in this video here, we address the question, how do we make the scene light and bright? In my case, the techniques that I use multiple lights spread throughout the room and rooms, depending upon how they are arranged, to make that scene look attractive and appealing to my clients. Once again, I am Michael Gowin from Illinois Home Photography. If you need a real estate photographer in central Illinois, you can look me up at my website, ilhomephotos.com. Thanks so much.